The year that's coming to an end wasn't exactly the one I planned. In fact, it was a year where I learned a ton through my mistakes. Mistakes that cost me time, energy, and, in some moments, my peace of mind. But as painful as they were also great teachers. Because that's how we grow, right? We won't always, or rather almost never, do everything perfectly or in the most efficient way right off the bat. And that's totally okay. Today, I want to share my 3 biggest mistakes with you, and more importantly, how you can avoid them on your own journey. Get ready, because the lessons here could seriously transform your next year. Mistake 1: overthinking and not taking action. That quote echoed in my head for a good part of this year. We all know that too much of anything is bad, but what you might not realize is that even the simple act of thinking, when done in excess, can be extremely harmful. Overthinking is a reality for a lot of people, and it's responsible for paralyzing dreams, delaying projects, and draining our energy. I lived that for a long time. I always wanted to start a personal project, but I would get caught in an endless loop of, "I'm never ready," "I need to plan more carefully," or "it's not the right time yet." It was constant rumination, a fantasy in my head that never became real. Eventually, I got tired of always putting myself on hold, and I just decided to do it. I challenged myself to produce more than I consumed, and that's when things changed. When I stopped overthinking the immediate results and the perfection that would never arrive, and instead focused only on producing and learning from the process, things finally started to happen. I wasn't worried about being perfect. I was worried about being consistent. And, funnily enough, it was only the moment I stopped thinking excessively and actually started executing tasks that the results began to show up. Before that, it was just mental noise. This applies to any decision you want to make in your life. Whether it's adopting healthier habits, making a career change, or finally starting that personal project you've always dreamed of. The point is, just start. If you want your next year to be full of accomplishments, here are a few tips I learned. Treat decisions as experiments. See your choices not as permanent, irreversible commitments, but as experiments you can learn from and adapt. Nobody gets it right every time. The key is to act based on the information you have now and adjust your course if needed. Trust your gut. Excessive analysis can stop you from hearing your instincts, that inner voice that often already knows the way. Learning to trust your intuition and act on it is crucial, even if the decision isn't flawless. Act, don't react. When those repetitive thoughts or rumination kick in, find a way to break the pattern. Use a mental anchor, something simple like a specific object, a phrase you repeat, or a physical gesture to interrupt yourself. Then, immediately start a focused, conscious action, no matter how small. That could be answering an email, finally tackling that delayed task, or just organizing your workspace. Set boundaries. Limit the number of options you consider. Define clear priorities to avoid the overwhelm of possibilities and analysis paralysis. And set deadlines for your decisions. That helps force action. By the way, if you want a structured space to put these reflections into practice, I created Here, Now, and Better, an intentional planner designed as a 4-step journey to guide you back to yourself. It's 72 pages where you'll find self-care practices, reflections on the past year, space for your dreams, gratitude challenges, and tools to realign your habits. Link in the description. Neglecting self-care. My second big mistake was thinking I could handle doing everything all the time, with almost no rest and eating poorly. That mindset took me right to the point of burnout. There came a moment when I stopped and thought, I am being toxic to my own body. I don't want to be negative towards myself. I need to change. I realized we are not machines. Eventually, the body breaks down. It was at that instant that I decided to never again neglect exercise, walks, and a balanced diet. It's a daily decision, but it completely transforms your quality of life. Here are a few tips that help me and can help you. Mindful eating. To maintain a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, try planning your meals for the week in advance. This ensures you always have ingredients and prepared meals on hand, which helps you avoid the temptation to eat just anything or make exhausting food decisions every single day. Progressive exercise. To start healthier habits, aim to start small and gradually increase your load without feeling guilty daily for not doing enough. Try just 5 minutes of exercise for 1 week, then 10 minutes the next, and so on, until you reach what you consider ideal, always respecting your limits. Consistency is more important than initial intensity. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, we have a full video on the channel about self-care. 10 essential self-care tips for a healthy mind and body. I highly recommend you check it out. Mistake 3. Poor financial planning. The third mistake, and maybe one of the most impactful, was neglecting financial planning. If you don't have control over your money, it's hard to get organized, and you'll always be playing catch-up. I learned the hard way that avoiding unnecessary debt and not impulse buying are essential pillars for a more stable and peaceful life. I know money is a touchy subject, but if your mind isn't focused on financial organization and planning, everything gets harder. I started using one basic principle: don't spend more than I earn. In practice, this isn't a restriction on life. It's a deep understanding of your standard of living. Knowing what your standard is and sticking to it is crucial. You might want to change your life, and that's great. But buying something expensive just because you got a little extra cash won't help you reach your long-term goals. Be mindful of your current lifestyle and don't increase it if you don't have enough money to sustain it. Learn from the process and respect your limits, because life is much more than material possessions. If you want a practical tip on how to plan for the next year, Watch the video on the channel about the Kakebo method. You'll find a super simple method there to start your financial organization. Plus, I'll leave you with a few other tips I follow that can help you. Renegotiate debts. If you're in debt, the first move is to negotiate for better payment conditions. Don't run from them. Face them. Build an emergency fund. Have a financial cushion for unexpected events, like losing your job or surprise medical expenses. This brings a peace of mind that idle money just can't buy. Cut the excess. Identify and reduce unnecessary daily expenses. Those small purchases that seem harmless but really add up in your budget. Consume consciously. Think about the true value of what you buy and whether you really need it before making the purchase. Ask yourself if it's a necessity or just a fleeting desire. Set goals. Define clear financial goals for the short, medium, and long term. Whether it's paying off debt, taking a dream trip, or planning for retirement. Having a purpose for your money is the first step to managing it well. These 3 mistakes taught me more than any book ever could. They showed me that life is a constant learning experience, a cycle of falling down, getting back up, and moving forward with more wisdom. I hope that by sharing my failures, I can inspire you to avoid these paths and build a next year that is much more intentional, productive, and fulfilling.